The earliest I can remember is, I think I was about 4. I think that's as far back as I can go. So, used to play quite a lot in the house, outside my house. I was quite lucky actually. I lived next to a youth club, so at the back of my house there was a tarmac pitch, so I could climb over the fence. When I was a bit older before, I could climb over the fence and I'd go out on there for hours on my own, just practicing. Shooting, free kicks, passing. I used to pass against the wall and different things. So before I go to school, after I get home from school, if I weren't, as I was a little bit older, if I weren't going to train with Everton, I was always out playing. I remember a few times my mum and dad took the ball away from the house because I was breaking too many things. So I used to roll up a few pairs of socks up and play with them, and just anything I could do. Anything to do with football, I just loved it. Watching it, playing it. So, I was obsessed. I think when I was younger, obviously I had a few coaches at the Everton Academy who spent a lot of time with me. I done a lot of work with them. I think the first real big influence was Colin Harvey. I went and played up for the under-19s for Colin when I was 14. And then that's really when the tactical part of the game come in, which he made me realise I was a lot smaller at 14 than the under-19 players. So I really had to focus on how I found space, how I don't have as much physical contact with the opposition because they were too strong for me. So that's when really I started playing as a number 10 rather than a number 8 or number 9. And that's something which Colin wants me to do, and I used to study videos of Jari Litmanen quite a lot to see how he moved to create space for himself. I had no fear really. I think I was a confident player. I always believed I was the best player on the pitch. Believed in my ability to get past defenders, to score goals. But also I just love playing. I always enjoyed the game. I know sometimes it mightn't look like that, but I'd get frustrated obviously if we weren't winning, but I just love playing. So I think the one thing which could describe me really is having no fear. I remember, I think it was 2009, 2010, I didn't score many header goals, well, very few actually, and then I spent about 10 months practicing after training, just working on my heading, and then I went on a run of scoring 15 header goals in a row, which for me was a bit strange because I'd never scored that many headers. But so I believe that the more time you put in, the more practice you put in, whatever that is, whether in my case heading, whether it's your weak foot, free kicks, penalties, whatever that is, then you will really improve. I always worked on free kicks at the end of the sessions, penalties at the end of sessions, but also for a strange reason I'd go and take 5 corner kicks, 5 wide free kicks. I practice shooting from the halfway line. So there's loads of things I've done which I always felt that there's going to be a chance in the game that I'm going to be taking a corner, a wide free kick, or have opportunity to shoot from distance. So I tried to cover everything which I felt I'd be involved in. You have to practice, and then the training session you do with the coaches or the manager is there for everyone, but it's important that you spend some time after the session with a coach or on your own, working on whatever you feel you need to work on. So I really do think that the more you practice, the more it pays off you. I've always worked hard. It's a part of the game which I feel you have to do. Every player has to give everything for the team, work hard, and if you do that, then your quality will show through. And I think for fans as well, the least the fans can expect is you work hard. I think we all know we can have bad games, we can make mistakes, but the one thing there's no excuse for is not working. Anticipation in the box is key, is anticipating where the ball might fall, being alive in the box, being ready, and when you're inside the box, knowing you actually have got sometimes a bit more time than you think, so not snatching at chances, staying composed and always being aware of where you're at in the box. So to be a goal scorer, it's a very, in my opinion, the most difficult thing to do on a football pitch. So if you can do it, then you've got a real chance. As I've said before, work hard, practice. try and find what position you are, whether you're a striker, defender, midfield player or goalkeeper, who sometimes get forgotten. And then enjoy the challenge of trying to get into your first team if you're at a club, trying to get signed up by a club. So wherever stage of the pyramid you're at, enjoy it, play free, and I'm sure if you do that and you do work hard, you'll give yourself the best opportunity of going as far as you possibly can. I've never really been someone who watches a lot of skills or tries a lot of skills, but I knew I was quite strong. My body and my legs were quite strong. I was quick enough, so I knew if I can knock the ball past the defender and get my arm across, that it'd be very difficult for them to recover. So that was something which I really just believed in. I didn't feel I had to do 4 or 5 step overs to get past someone. I believed I was quick enough and strong enough to do that, and that's really it. It was quite simple, really. Yeah, I think for a coach, it's recognising the individual player in terms of what his skill set is, whether, as I said, it is using the pace and power, whether it is using a side step or a step over, depending on that player, whatever their strengths are, and you feel you can develop that strength to keep working on it, then each player is completely different. Certainly my time at Manchester United, we had a very close group of players. After training we'd meet up for food. We go round to each other's house. Obviously over the last couple of years with COVID, that's changed. I feel that the players now maybe don't see each other as much outside of football than what we used to. So for me, it was always all about having good relationships with my teammates. You don't always have a good relationship with every teammate, but as long as you're working together on the training pitch, on the pitch, then that's fine. But I built up some very good relationships in my time over the years. And the environment you need everyone pulling together, everyone giving the same message, and if you do that, then the dressing room can actually run itself. It's something which the manager doesn't need to really step into. I think the environment has always been good from the tournament I played in. I think every player knows what's at stake. They know you're going away for a few weeks, and it's you represent your country. It's a time to put your work in and try and give your best for your team in that tournament. So I think the big thing for the players is to try and switch off and actually just enjoy the time there, enjoy the training, and if they do that, I'm sure they'll enjoy the games. I think be yourself. If you've been picked for your country, you've been picked for a reason, because you're good enough. So go there, be yourself, keep doing what you've been doing for your club and enjoy it. It's a squad where there's a lot of young players in it. I think England's got a great chance in the summer. I think the key to that is Harry Kane. I think if Harry's on form, he can win the tournament for England alongside the likes of, which it's very exciting, Jack Grealish coming into the fold of recent games, Phil Foden coming into it. I think the key for me as well is John Henderson and Harry Maguire being fit. Because they're 2 players who've got a lot of experience, and I think if they're fit, it helps them younger players go and express themselves.